Let's take Brussels sprouts from absolutely not to, wait, these are really good. Hi everyone, welcome to Let's Celebrate TV. I'm your host, Peter Lee. Today, our celebration is all about one of my favorite vegetables. We're making Brussels sprouts. But not just any Brussels sprouts, we're going to make roasted Brussels sprouts with pomegranate and balsamic. Brussels sprouts. They're little baby cabbages, essentially, but you probably don't like them because when you boil them, they get a little sulfury. Sometimes people say they're bitter, but frankly, I love them. And today, we're going to cook them a little differently, and you're going to love them too. So what are Brussels sprouts? Here they are. They look like little heads of cabbages. Now, I find them in my stores in these bags. They're all washed. This is a 2-pound bag. They have smaller ones. Sometimes you'll find them loose, or, especially at the holidays, you'll find them on the stalk. So whenever you see them on the stalk, buy them that way. That stalk is delicious. You can cut it up and cook it, and it's sweet and crunchy, just like broccoli stems are. It's delicious. So we're going to need about a pound or 450 grams of Brussels sprouts, so about half of this bag. Let's pull some of these out so you can see them. So this is a Brussels sprout. Now let me get a knife. All we need to do is trim off the end and cut them in half. Now I'm going to use my chef's knife today, but you can use a small paring knife if you're more comfortable with that. So here's our little sprout. Here's the little woody end where it was attached to the stalk. We just need to cut that off. And if any of these leaves were yellowed or brown, you could just pull them off too. And then we're just going to cut it in half lengthwise, just like that. I'll do another. Cut that little rough end off, and then right in half. Simple. Some of these are really small, and that's okay. But if you get a really, really big one, this guy's a little bigger, and it feels denser, you can cut it into quarters. The idea here is to make sure that they are all around the same size so they cook evenly. All right, I'm going to keep going and do the rest of these Brussels. Here we are. Here are my Brussels sprouts, all trimmed and cut in half. Now let's get them ready to cook. I'm going to start with some olive oil. I just need a couple of tablespoons, and we're just going to drizzle it right in this bowl. Then we're going to season liberally with salt and pepper. Keep it simple. And good grinding pepper. Just like that. All right, I need to mix this up. You could do that with a spoon, but I'm going to use my impeccably clean hands and mix it by hand because these clean hands are the best kitchen tool you'll ever have. So it's time for mixy. While I'm doing this with my hands too, I can feel it. I can make sure that that oil and salt and pepper is really getting over all of these Brussels sprouts. And I want to add just, believe it or not, a tiny bit more olive oil. Just that much. All right, here we go. Now we're going to put these on a large sheet pan. Here's mine. Now this does not have any oil or anything on it because it's all in here. We just want to pour them on and spread them out so they're in a single layer. Again, use your hands. Touch your food, get to know it. Now you could be precious at this point. You could go through and put each one down, cut side down or cut side up, but really you don't have to. They're going to cook and caramelize no matter how they're facing. All right, that looks pretty good. These are ready for the oven. I'm going to put them in a 375 degree Fahrenheit, which is 190 Celsius oven, and we're going to roast them for 25, maybe 35 minutes. Now that's going to depend on how big the sprouts are. These are a little small, so they probably won't take the whole 30 minutes or 35 minutes. Halfway through, I'm going to come in, use a spatula, and give them a stir and flip them all around. So, off to the oven. And here we are out of the oven. Look at how beautiful these are. They're still green. There's some caramelization. Now you're probably wondering, how do you know when they're done? I just take a little knife and I'm going to insert the tip right in there. It's very soft. It's not mushy, but there's really not any resistance. So you can feel it that they are tender, but not mushy. Now, let's take this up a couple levels. I said originally this was with pomegranate and balsamic. We're going to start with the balsamic. I have here in my squeeze bottle a big jar of balsamic vinegar that I reduced down. I just let it simmer and simmer until it got nice and syrupy. You can buy it that way. You can also buy balsamic glazes that will work just as well. But I did it the old-fashioned way. I'm just going to use this, drizzle it over the top in an artfully messy way. Here we go. Just like that. How beautiful. Now, we're going to put on some pomegranate seeds. You can buy pomegranate seeds just like this. You don't have to buy the pomegranate and cut it in half and use a spoon to hit it to get the seeds out. You could if you wanted, but why when you can get them like this? And they're beautiful. They look like little rubies. And we're going to be liberal and sprinkle these right over the top. So what is this all going to do? The Brussels sprouts are tender. They have their own inherent sweetness, but it's not as pronounced. The balsamic will add some sour, some sweetness. The pomegranate will balance that out, add some extra crunch, and a little sweet and sour as well. But really, how beautiful is that? Let's give it a taste. No one will notice. I'm going to take this one right here. Let's see if I can get a, there we go, pomegranate seed on there. Here we go. Wow, the Brussels sprout is nice and tender, full of flavor. Roasting it brought out the inherent sweetness of it. Doesn't make it bitter or anything. Then that balsamic on there that's reduced and syrupy, complex flavor, very almost molassesy, almost smoky, pop of brightness from the pomegranate seeds, and a little crunch. It's the perfect combination. I think I need to wash it down with a little highball tonight. That's good too. If you enjoyed this recipe, sign up for our newsletter and get new recipes delivered right to your inbox. Now don't forget to subscribe and tap the like button. It really helps us grow. And if you'd like to go even further, consider joining as a channel member. You'll get special perks, behind the scenes extras, and you'll be part of the community that helps us shape what we create together. I'm going to go serve this to my family with our dinner. While I do that, I want you to sit back, relax, and watch this episode over here. So until next time, everyone, cheers.